Well, all right, guys. So, first, this is gonna be my second video out. Pretty excited. Just want to give y'all a gear breakdown, kind of what I've got in here, how I use it. You know, just kind of let you know what I've got. So. Let's start with the brains of the operation. I have a Mac Mini, and I'll provide some footage of that right here. And but I've got a Mac Mini. It has the M2 processor, and I actually got it refurbished. Thing does amazing. We actually just got one for church, and it works great. I've been using it. I've created patches with a ton of layers and transitioned between patches very quickly, and adding an ambient pad behind all of that, and it barely even shows up like there's a load on the computer. Wow. Even if I want to record something, I'll be doing that very thing and recording something with GarageBand to send out, and still absolutely no problems. So it's a great resource to have. It's basic on memory. It's only got like 8 GB RAM with 256 gigs of memory, but it does everything I need to do. If I need to save something extra, I just save it to a hard drive, and that'll be what I continue to do, because I don't need to be saving it all on here and slow it down the CPU. So I try to keep it as clean as I can up here. Pretty much everything is on my hard drive. So speaking of hard drive, I actually don't have that connected because it's Monday, just after service, and I had to take it to church. So because of me, I have the Mac Mini, all we have to do is take our hard drive. So I've got this SanDisk hard drive, 1 terabyte. It's super fast. I think read on it was like 650 and write was 600. I could be wrong, somewhere around there. I have a USB-C to USB-A right now cable for that. I'm gonna get a USB-C to C. I know those are faster. Just slowly gonna upgrade things as I go along. So there's that, and those are actually pretty decently priced, by the way, for 1 terabyte. I mean, they're like $60, so definitely worth the buy. And then so I've got my headphones here. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, here's what they are. Sennheiser, I think is how you say that. These are noise canceling earmuffs. They do really good. They give me a really good studio sound in my ears. Really allow me to dial in my sounds and get them right. I've been using these actually for probably 6 years now. They've been doing great. I just bought them one day because I needed some better muffs and wanted something that canceled out some noise, and that's what I went with, so it worked for me. Actually, I think the way I was using them before was I would take my AirPods and put them in my ears, and then I wanted muffs to go over that so that I could play along with the piano I had, and we were using Loop Community at the time at my other church, and so that's how I played along with the click tracks back in the day. So a little bit different setup now, but so then let's see, next we have the Harbinger mini mixer. This thing's amazing. Okay, like I actually did a video with my buddy Vincent, which I'll link in the description below, and you can go check it out. But this thing does a ton of stuff. You probably see this blue light blinking over here, and that is what really made practicing for me a lot easier. So I actually got Bluetooth. It's connected to my phone as we speak, and all I have to do is press that button. Once I can prepare it the first time, I press that button, and then it just hooks up, and I play through playback with the mixer, and then my that's hooked up to the computer, and that's how I listen. See, I've got my headphones plugged in here, and yeah, I mean, you can do a ton of stuff with this thing. I mean, it's got effects for your vocals, and Then you've got 2 other channels you can come into with a mic. You've got a guitar channel. You've got 2 outs, so you can have stereo out if you were going to a speaker like this one. Right now, I don't have those cables, but I've got a PowerWorks speaker that actually was my dad's that he let me have whenever I moved away or moved out, period. And it's basically like its own little mixer in itself. I could do a lot with it, but I'm running everything through this Harbinger. It's not very expensive, by the way, but I think it was like $130 based on what Vincent put on his video. But so the way I'm doing it right now is this little mini mixer has a record out stereo. So I just take me an aux to aux and plug into the record out, and then that gives me everything I need. So I've controlled my volume for the aux there. But that's only if like me and my wife are practicing and going over songs for the Sunday or whatever. So that's about the only time. Or if I'm just jamming out in the house and want something pretty loud to jam with. I'll have a screen here. It's an LG. It's 1080p quality. That was actually passed along to me by my close friend Vincent. So thank you, Vincent, for that. It is doing the job. Thing's great, by the way. Then we'll move over here. We've got the Novation Impulse MIDI controller, 61 key. It's really a great workhorse. I mean, for the price, it was like $400, and you've got all these different controls and all these things. I mean, you've got 8 knobs, you've got 9 faders, 8 if you don't want to include the master volume, but yeah, 8 tap pads. I don't really know what these are called, to be honest with you. But yeah, 8 little pads here that you can use for things. I've got one mapped out for tap tempo. And then if you look over here, I got my iPad set up, and I'll put that there whenever I'm practicing, just so I have the chords there for reference. I'll kind of show y'all a little bit. We're using Chart Builder that pairs with Playback, and all you have to do is sync Playback. You just go to the settings and Playback. You just go up to the right hand corner, scroll down, it says Playback Sync, boom, hit that, pull up Chart Builder, go to Account, Playback Sync, click on the device you want to connect to, and you're ready to rock. Like, it follows along as I'm playing with Playback and scrolls through the parts of the song. Every time there's a cue, like if you're listening your cues say chorus 2, 3, then it goes to the chorus as soon as that happens. So yeah, pretty great setup there. I'm pretty stoked about it. I love it. I mean, for the Mac Mini, I'll go into depth more on that. I've got a Bluetooth keyboard that was like $30 on Amazon. It doesn't plug up. It has a AAA battery, and that's it. So works great. Then I have this Elecom Amazon mouse. I'm weird, some people would think, so I like the little thumb control thing because I don't like moving the mouse around. So call me what you will and judge me however, but it's just weird. I mean, my dad had one when I was younger, and I started using it. I was like, oh, this thing's great, and I always used it on his computer, so I just got used to it. It's simple for me. What we use at church though is a trackpad that is also wireless. That is a really great tool because then you don't have a mouse. But I do like the trackpad. I might invest in that in the future to use. I also try to set up my setup similar to what we got at church. So one day I'm going to do a keys vlog, and you'll get to see that setup that's at church. So hopefully that'll be one day soon. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, my pedal down there is just a Yamaha pedal that I bought from Guitar Center. not throwing a plug or anything, just saying. And then, yeah, everything is run normal. You got your MIDI run to a oh, I do have this that I can mention. I'll put a picture of that here while I'm talking. I've got a 4-port USB-A hub, since I am currently running a lot of USB-A things, but they're all 3.0 ports that allow you to have the fastest speeds that you can get out of everything, and I've got that. I've got my MIDI controller and my Harbinger mini mixer and my mouse plugged up to that, and then I usually plug up my hard drive there, and then that just plugs straight into the Mac Mini. So, and then from the Mac Mini to the monitor is just an HDMI, and that's literally all that's plugged into the back of this Mac Mini. Everything else is plugged into the ground down there on my power strip. So, looks like that's a GE power strip, if whoever's concerned, curious. So, yeah. Oh, and I also use MainStage. That is what the computer is for. That is how you run a MIDI controller and let it play all your sounds. I guess I didn't clarify that. We use Stage Ready. We just got Stage Ready recently. I'm still trying to learn it. We did use Stage Ready is through Multitracks, by the way. It's Stage Ready 3, and it is right now got endless opportunity. So yeah, I mean, I'm, like I've said before in my first video, I am no pro at this whatsoever. So I mean, those things on Stage Ready that I learn about is what I hope to show every one of you guys. So I think that's as specific as I can get. So I hope y'all enjoyed this breakdown, and I'm looking forward to making a few more videos about some patches maybe. So stay tuned.